Hi, I'm going to do an introduction to crochet. There are some people that would like to learn to crochet, and I'm just going to put this up here as a supplement. If you take crochet classes at Michael's or any of your other craft stores, or if you have a friend that will teach you how to crochet, all the better. But this will kind of reinforce what they're going to teach you. This yarn is actually a Brava worsted weight, and it's from Knit Picks, but you can do Red Heart. Red Heart has a lot of worsted, and worsted is, there's a bulky, which is a little bit thicker than this, but this is usually used for crocheting afghans, sometimes sweaters, sometimes gloves. And then the other thing that you'll need is a crochet hook. And this is a size H, just so that I can show you bigger stitches. Usually we use a G, H on the worsted. So if you have a G hook, or if you buy a G hook or an H hook, you should be okay. This is a 5mm, and I think G is probably 4.5. So I'm going to pull a little bit. The nice thing about crochet, when you knit, you actually have 2 needles, and you have a lot of stitches on your needle that you have to keep track of and not drop. Otherwise, if you drop one, you'll have a hole the whole way through. With crochet, you only have one hook, one wrap of the yarn that you have to worry about, and so that makes it a lot easier, especially for someone that's starting out, or for kids. Kids really take to crochet quite well. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to turn my overhead light out so that it doesn't, yeah, I think that'll be better, then we don't have all that residual light. Okay, so with crochet, the first thing you want to do is, if you're right-handed especially, you want to make sure that your needle's in your right hand and that the tail is on the right. And that means that you're going to use the yarn on your left-hand side. Now, I wrap mine, I basically put it between those 2 fingers. I bring it up through the little finger and ring finger, and then down through the middle finger and the index finger, so that it's like that. And this is how you'll control tension. Now, I have seen some people that wrap it around their little finger, and this really tightens it up. You're just going to have to practice a little bit and figure out what works best for you. But if you start like this, you will get used to kind of keeping your fingers tight around your yarn. Not tight, but just support it so that it doesn't come through real fast. The other thing that I like about this is what helped me after I had my stroke, because I couldn't control my hand well. And so practicing with this and telling my hand, it's okay, you can do this, it really worked. So I'm going to leave myself just a little bit of yarn, a little bit more. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a slip knot. And a slip knot's really quite easy with a crochet hook. I take my crochet hook on the right hand side up about 4 inches, and I take it under, I wrap it, and then I will bring it under this way. Let me do that again, because I think my hand was in the way. So I bring it under, I wrap it, and then I bring it under there. So I've kind of made a whole turn. Let's do that one more time. I take it under, wrap it, and then I bring it through this side. I don't go through this side, I go through this side. I keep it to the right. So we're going to do it again. We're going to go under, wrap it, and kind of bring it to the right, and then up. And so all you've done is you've basically just wrapped the yarn around your crochet hook. And then I wrap the yarn around my needle, and I pull through, and then I'll tighten that. Now, that doesn't count as a stitch. That's just your slip knot. Now, I have seen some people do their slip knot like this. You wrap it, and then you pull a little bit of yarn through, just kind of like tying your shoes. I don't care how you make a slip knot. As long as you can make a slip knot, you're ready to go. So there we have our first slip knot. Now the next thing you're going to want to do is, again, make sure that your tension's right. And if you have too much yarn flipping here, you can't really control it with your index finger. So just give it a tug on the end. Now I will hold my yarn, my tail yarn, against my fingers here, my middle finger and the ring finger, and I just hold it with my thumb. You can hold it close if you like, but then you're going to go ahead and take your needle to the left-hand side of the yarn, sorry, bring it under the yarn, catch it on your hook, and pull it through. And you don't have to make it real tight. If you pull it so that it's just up against the wide part of your hook, you should be okay. Take your needle on the left-hand side of your yarn, go under, grab it, and pull it through. We're making a chain. So right now I have 2 chains, 1, 2. Let's do that. Let's practice that a little bit. Go on the left-hand side, go under, grab it with your hook, and pull it through. You're pulling it through. When you grab your yarn, you're actually pulling it through the hole that you have on your needle. So let's do it again. We're going to do a left hand, under, grab it with your hook, and then we're going to pull it through this loop. So you're making a chain. And you can cast on as many of these as you like to practice. And then go ahead and rip them out. This is acrylic yarn, so it doesn't have the bite that wool has, because sometimes when you use wool too much, it'll start to fray and get sticky, and then you can't pull. But this is acrylic, so it pulls really nice. So I'm going to do that again. I'm going to take my yarn and hold it with my thumb and these fingers. I'm going to take my crochet hook, go under, over, and then back down on the right hand side of all the yarn, and then I'm going to catch that yarn and pull it through, and we've made a slip knot. And then again, left hand side, under, grab it with your hook and pull it through the stitch that's on your needle, your hook. Left side, under, grab it with the hook, pull through. Left side, under, grab it with your hook, pull it through. Okay, I'm going to let you practice this, and I will be back. If you would like to cast on about, I think, 25 stitches, we're going to go ahead and start to crochet the next side. I'll be right back in just a little bit. Go ahead and practice. Turn your video off, practice, and then come back with me and make sure you have cast on at least 25 chains. Okay, I'm hoping that kind of fixed it. So, okay, again, what I did is I skipped this first chain, the very first knot, and I take my needle, my hook, and I go down through the next chain. And now it's just like when we cast on. We're going to go ahead and catch the yarn, bring it through once, take our needle, catch the yarn, and bring it through twice. So you've made a single crochet. Let's do it again. And you can see there's our next chain stitch right there. We're going to put our needle through there, catch our yarn, bring it up once, catch our yarn, bring it up twice. That's a single crochet. So let's do it again. We're going to find our next hole, our next chain hole. You can see it's right there. I'm going to put my needle, my hook through, catch the yarn, bring it through, catch the yarn, bring it through. And we're just making a row of chains, or single crochets. Find the next loop, put your hook through, catch the yarn, bring it through, catch the yarn, bring it through 2. And we're going to do that to the end. And you can kind of see, I hope you can see, those little bumps are all chains. So we've already done one in here. You can kind of see when you pull it, it pulls it away. So the next one is right beside it. Catch it, pull it through once, catch it, pull it through twice, catch it. And I'm going to have you do that clear to the end of these chains, this chain, and I will be right back. Okay, so I've left a few little chains on our original chain so I can show you a few little things. So basically I hold the chain with my thumb and middle finger. I put my hook through the next chain, wrap it, pull, and then you'll see me move. And this is something that as you're crocheting, you'll start to realize, oh, if I do this, it really helps. So don't feel bad if you're not doing these things or if things seem a little bit wonky. It'll straighten out as you practice. Practice will make this better. So watch me. I hold my chain. I put my hook through and grab it, pull it through once. Then in order to get this, I'll come up to my chain. Instead of holding it back here, I'll come up here and hold it. And then I pull it through. So I'm at the end. This is the end, and I'm going to show you how you turn once you've gotten your first row done. So basically, when you're doing single crochets and you want to turn, you want to go ahead and do another chain, which is just like making the first row of chains. You take your hook on the left-hand side, wrap the yarn, and then pull it through. And that has made you a new chain. And then you're going to go ahead and turn your work. So you see, this was the work I was working on, and now I'm turning it like that. So after that, we have to look for something different. There are several ways you can do a single crochet, and I'm going to teach you one today, and then we'll teach you another one at another time. But when you look at the work below, you will see there's a hole right here under this first loop. When you go through that entire hole, you're catching both loops of your single crochet, which is what I want you to do for this lesson. And then we're going to catch our yarn, pull it through, and then pull it through both. Again, you want to, and really it's quite easy. If you just pull it apart like that, you can see your finger through it, and when you pull, you can see that you have both of those legs of that crochet stitch. You've caught them. Pull your yarn through and then pull through both. Okay, let's do it again. We can push our hook through, check to make sure we've gotten both legs of that stitch, and then catch our yarn, pull it through, and then pull through twice. So you're going to do that the whole way across, and then when you get to the other side, you're just going to make a chain, single chain, turn it, and then crochet back. So I'm going to let you work on this. I hope this has helped those of you who would like to learn how to crochet. One of the best things you could probably do is find someone that knows how to crochet to sit with you, or go to a class either at Michael's or one of your yarn shops. They can teach you how to crochet. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's helpful. Leave me some comments if you have questions or problems, and I'll be glad to do my best to help you. Okay, bye-bye.